I'm marrying him.
How did you like initially pop off in this recent success? Like when did it start?
I decided
content-wise.
I decided to go overt with my conquest about 6 months ago.
6 months.
6 months ago.
What was your strategy?
Bro, that's worth billions of dollars. If I were to tell you right now what I have done, that'd be worth. So do you have to understand how many people want to do what I have done?
Yeah.
This is unprecedented. This has never been done before.
It hasn't been done.
I've gone from obscure internet figure with a cult following of fans. My fans, because I had my YouTube channel for a while, my guys who follow me from back in the day are like, I am so furious. I used to walk around and say, have you heard of Andrew Tate? And everyone would say no, and I'd tell them what genius you are. Now everyone knows you're a fucking genius. Oops, spilled the vodka. You ruined it. You ruined it. Like all my old school fans are pissed.
Can we get a lady to clean this up? Or
We'll put that on the Yacht Clubs tab.
Yeah,
The Yacht Week.
Yeah. Thanks, Yacht Week.
Thank you, Yacht Week.
But like, I decided to go overt about 6 months ago. I put together a strategy and a plan. It was extremely strategized. It was planned.
Is that public though?
The plan?
Yeah.
No.
I thought it is kind of public. No,
strategies.
Oh.
I've heard everybody say
everyone has these theories. You can come at me with your theories.
Here's the theory that you offered to sell your content to pages. Pages would post your content, and that would help them get views.
Okay, well, that's not true, one. But two, you also have to keep in mind that most people can't do what I can do because most people cannot be as entertaining as I am by simply just sitting down and talking shit.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I can sit down and talk shit and be extremely polarizing. So I have unlimited free content.
Yeah.
You can give me a camera, and I can sit for 12 hours a day and talk at that camera. I have unlimited free content, which makes it easy. Like if you're a big YouTube channel that do like these giveaways or you do these big pranks or you need planning, you need a Lambo, you need a girl. Me, I can just get a camera and just start talking. iPhone. And I'll get 10 million views.
Crazy.
So that's the first thing. So I have unlimited free content is the first thing.
So your content's really easy to make.
It's super easy to make.
Which is dope.
Which is dope. The easier your content is to make, the more competitive you are.
Yep.
I'm super competitive because I need an iPhone. You give me an iPhone and half a subject, and I'll just start running my mouth. And people, for some reason, like to listen to me for free. I have never paid for an ad. I've never paid for a shout out. I've not paid to be on any of these big Instagram pages I'm all over. I ain't paid for shit. They're all giving it to me for free because they're like, this will get us views. Tate. That's it.
So is that not correct then?
But you're saying I paid them.
No. I'm saying they reach out to you.
They don't even reach out to me. They just fucking steal it, and I don't give a shit. That's another thing that's a big part of it.
Is it like an organized effort of
It's an
fan
organized
pages?
effort. I put together
or do you even monitor them or not?
I put together a plan which was extremely well executed. This is not an accident, and I can't tell you exactly what I do. But one of the other things I did, which is a superpower, is that I don't have accounts.
Yeah.
Most people, let's say you have a YouTube channel, you don't want people to plagiarize your shit. You want the views. You want your money. You don't want people to rip your video, use it, da-da-da-da. I don't have an account. Everyone can steal my shit. I don't give a fuck.
You have a YouTube account though, no?
I have a YouTube channel, but even then, I don't think it's even monetized. I don't take a single penny from it.
Ours is, we've never made money off YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So right, so I don't need money, right? So if someone were to come along and decide to take my video and chop it up and use it for something, I don't care. Someone were to come along and make a video attacking me, da-da-da, I ain't gonna try and copyright strike. Don't care. Do it. Everyone can do whatever the fuck they want with my shit. So I'm free game, right? So it's entertaining and it's accessible. That plus my genius battle strategy, we implemented it in January. January 1st is when we began, and I am now the most famous man on the planet. I am more Googled than Donald Trump, Joe Biden. Look it up. I'm the most Googled man on the fucking planet.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fact?
Look up Donald Trump, Joe Biden versus Andrew Tate in Googles.
Someone exposed that on a podcast and verified that's correct.
Yeah. So I'm the most Googled man on the planet.
That's crazy.
I've conquered the world. And
so is it mostly a TikTok strategy or social media as a whole?
I own all of it.
Does it bother you don't make money from this shit?
Well, you make money through your ventures, right?
Right. So yeah, I already have.
What ventures do you have right now?
Yeah. I can't tell everybody everything I do, but I have enough money forever. Like I'm at the point of money now where it really truly has no value. Everything in the world to me is free. And I grew up very, very poor, so I can still remember being poor. I grew up with nothing, truly. My family, my mother and father, they got divorced when we were in Indiana. My mother moved back to England. My father stayed in America. My father unfortunately died. My mother and my brother and my sister, we grew up in the free houses that the government give you, so the projects of England, in the town called Luton, which was voted the worst town in England with the highest crime rate, blah, blah, blah. Lived in a shit area, grew up with nothing. And I've done all of this completely myself. No financial help, never got a loan from a bank, a friend, nothing. Did all of it completely by myself. So I remember being broke. And I really, really am thankful for those poor days, because if it wasn't for the days being poor, being rich would suck.
100%.
Bro, it's fucking, it really ain't that cool. It's only cool because you can do shit and say, do you remember when we couldn't afford to do this?
Yeah.
Otherwise it's boring, right? So I'm at the point now where absolutely everything in the world is free. If a new car is launched and I see it, let's say it's a brand new Lamborghini, right? In fact, I did this yesterday. They're replacing the Aventador. There's a new Lamborghini. It's a it's hybrid. It's 1,000 horsepower. That's all I know. I saw an advert, a YouTube video on YouTube in the Explore page. I didn't even watch the video of the review of the upcoming car. I didn't even watch the 4-minute video. I just saw a new Lambo's coming, text my Lambo guy and said, I'll have one. I don't know how much it costs. I don't need to choose options because I tick every box. Every option, give me one. It'll come out the bank and I won't notice. It'll turn up. Boom. Everything's free. If I want a Lambo, it's free. If I want a little jet, it's free. Give me a yacht, it's free. Besides mega yachts and mega mansions, literally everything on the planet is free.
What's your main like public venture that you're doing right now that you could say?
Right, so I do a few things online. So I own some casinos.
I saw your website too. Yeah,
so I own some casinos in Romania. That's one of the first things I do.
Really?
But I don't want to talk about that in too much depth. But I own some casinos in Romania. I also have some more traditional wealth income methods. I've got a property portfolio across about 6 or 7 countries. I'm also an extremely capable individual. In fact, I wish I had my business card on me to give it to you. But I'm the guy that people can come to that can fix things. So I have a lot of people with a lot of money who will come to me and say, look, the war's going on. I need to get someone out of Russia into Europe. Or, look, I got to move this money here. That in a very legal way, I know enough people to help do those things. So I can make a lot of money with that. Online, I have 2 serious ventures. One is Hustlers University, and the other is the War Room.
What do you do on those?
Okay, so the War Room is kind of like the Illuminati, but cooler. The War Room is very difficult to explain, but it's a private network. It's a network in which you must compete for your place. When I was saying earlier on this podcast about living with competitive men, the War Room's the online version of that. So you have men, you join, you pay, you join. There's tasks, tests, things you must do to keep your place or you're booted.
Such as?
I can't tell you.
Oh, you can't say it's that private?
How much does it cost to join?
It's like $5,000. It's not that much. It's $5,000 to join, but you can get kicked at any moment without a refund. So the point is that it's constantly winners, right? The losers are always peeled off the bottom, so the winners get more and more competitive. So we're cycling into a group. So now we have a point where we have.
Does that relate to the TikTok fan page portfolio?
The War Room are involved in everything I do.
How many users are there?
We have over 2,000 members, over 600 millionaires.
What about Hustlers?
And we have extremely important people inside of the War Room. You can go to the War Room. I go to the War Room for the problems no one else can fix. Like when the Ukraine war, when the war kicked off in Ukraine, and they closed the borders or the borders panicked, we had 7 War Room members of Ukraine. We got them all out in 24 hours. I don't know, we send in jets.
So the War Room helps you get shit done?
The War Room gets shit done globally. So that's what the War Room is. It's a network.
And you'll
I don't
give
want
them
to say any
some
more than that.
kickback on shit if you get it or something?
Say again?
And you'll give them some kickback on money that you get or something like
Yeah,
that?
it's the War Room is a private network. That's the most I can say. Kind of imagine the Freemasons of old, but better. So when you first join the War Room, for the first 6 months inside, you're just going to be doing things. Like why? It's kind of like Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off. Why am I doing this? And then you're going to start to learn, aha, this is useful.
I bet you a lot of people are too lazy to want to join
the people who are too lazy to do the wax on,
join,
the people who are too lazy to do the wax on, wax off are kicked.
How powerful is the network?
I'm alive.
Are we allowed to talk about anybody else who's in there?
I will never tell you about any of the members, but let's put it this way: I'm still alive, right? So, and there's been serious attempts on my life. The War Room is the most powerful network on the face of the planet today, bar governments.
Are you trying to keep
a nation
up?
state? The War Room is bar a nation state wanting you dead. The War Room is the number one enemy you wouldn't want you coming after you because they will get you. We are that good.
Are you trying to keep up being like as viral as you are forever? Or not forever, but like for...
This is stage 1 of a 3-step plan. So I'm going to be viral for a little bit longer, and then step 2 begins. The conquest is continuing.
So this is just the beginning. Because like a lot of people will say like you're going to fall off soon. This is just your 15 minutes.
No problem.
What's your take on that?
That's fine. I've been around the internet for a very long time, and I'm building systems which are very sustainable, right? The War Room is a very sustainable thing. I don't care if all this virality gets me one good War Room member who can do what I need him to do or fill a gap in our organization, which are very few and far between, then I still win, right? So that's the War Room. Then we have Hustlers University. The reason I started Hustlers University is because I was arguing with someone about how pointless the modern education system is. I think the modern education system is nothing but an indoctrination machine. I think they use it to indoctrinate the youth. I think it's a waste of fucking time.
What, to brainwash people?
To brainwash people. Of course they do. And it's actually, because I can talk forever, the world is a spider's web, right? Everything extrapolates from everything else. And most people are not capable of understanding that nearly every single idea or habit or lifestyle which is propagated mainstream by the Matrix is done so with a Trojan horse. So even the educational system.
Meaning with a hidden agenda?
With a hidden agenda. So even if you look at things like women's rights, women need rights, women need protecting, women should be equal under the law. Completely agree.
They said they wanted women to work so people could pay more taxes, no?
They want people to work so they can pay more taxes, double the tax base. But you know what else they wanted them to work for?
Get the kids out of the...
To get the kids out of the influence of the parents, right? When the woman's at home and the father's at work, those children are learning from the woman who's probably learning from the father, and you get to instill your own beliefs in those children. Government doesn't want that. The government wants the children to belong to them. So they get the woman out of the house and they send you to school for as long as possible to reprogram you. This is why you will see YouTube videos of children arguing with their parents, and their parents will say that's not true, and the children will say, I learned in school that a man can be a zebra, or whatever they learned, and they start arguing with their own children. You don't own your own children's minds anymore, because your children's mind is owned by YouTube and the school, right? And the school will say to you, if your parents ever yell at you or get aggressive to you, you come to me, and we'll tell the police. Don't worry about that. So they're doing it to brainwash the children, right? Because this is how you control the future. So the whole educational system in and of itself is a scam. They use feminism and the whole women's rights bullshit to get everyone's children into the indoctrination machine. They keep you there as long as possible. They want you to finish in debt because then you got to get a fucking job and become a good slave. But they don't teach you anything of value. Nobody learns anything of value in school. And everybody intrinsically knows this. Even the people who disagree with me, I said, if you see me pull up in my Bugatti in a gas station, do you look at me and think, wow, he went to school? Fuck no. You think drug dealer, gangster, scammer. Yeah. You think I'm doing something illegal because you understand if I was staying within the paradigms of the system, I couldn't have possibly achieved this. The only way you can fathom I've done it is by imagining me as an outlaw. Because you know within the paradigms of society, I shouldn't have even fucking done it. That's how much you know school's a scam. You don't look at someone rich and respect them thinking he went to school. The people you are learning from in school aren't even fucking rich. Your business professors never had a business. They're brokies. They're fucking broke. So school's a scam. And it's the biggest scam on earth. And the reason it's a scam, before I get into the meta point, the reason it's a scam is because it operates in a vacuum. It operates in a vacuum because it cannot be fairly compared to any other service. So you can get a loan for school, but you can't use that money for anything else. Because if they were to open it up and put the school, the education system, into the fair market of capitalism, it would fail. If I were to give you $100,000 and say you can get a degree, or you can buy a crypto, or you can start your own business, or you can do anything you want with it, who's going to choose a degree?
No one, probably.
Nobody. So they say you can only get the money if you use it for education, which allows it to operate inside of a vacuum. Because it operates inside of a vacuum, it is one of the few things on the planet which is allowed to be non-competitive. It's not competitive against any other investment. Everyone knows that. But you can only get the money for that. So you can't get the money to invest in anything else. So you end up doing it, learning something that is outdated, slow to learn. There's more, it doubly inflates. There's more degrees every single year, meaning the value of a degree decreases. And the price goes up every single year. So it's worth less each year. It costs more year on year. There's no other industry where you can even get away with that. You get wrecked, except for the educational system. So I was explaining why it's all a fucking scam. And people say to me, well, what else am I supposed to do? I don't know what else to do. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll start a school. And my school will teach you how to make money. Because what do you want to work for? Oh, I want to work for my passion. Da, da, da. If you want to work for your passion, fuck off. What do you want to work for? I want to work for money. You're the guy I need. You want to work for money. Because there's people who really don't want to do what they enjoy. That's fine. You're never going to be rich that way. Go be a vet. A vet, you might be rich. Go work in the zoo and clean up pig shit because you get to be near an elephant. If that's your thing, go do it. Your passion has nothing to do with getting paid. So the people who are serious, the people who are smart enough to go, I only work because I want money. I don't care what I do. I just want money. Cool. Then you can come to my school. Now, my school is competitive. My school does not operate inside of a vacuum. It's $49 a month for Hustles University, and we teach 18 modern wealth creation methods. We teach 18 different ways to make money. In the modern world, which is very different from the old world, which is a key point because people always say, well, my parents told me, your parents lived in a different fucking world. Your parents bought a house for $60,000 and now it's worth $500,000. So of course they're telling you to save up, buy a house. How are you gonna buy a house for $500,000? You're working at Starbucks, G. It ain't gonna happen, right? So all your parents' advice is outdated and it's bullshit. So all the old advice is bullshit. Saving money is bullshit. Inflation's like 10%. Save. You gotta get rid of your money. Fuck saving. You gotta fucking spend it. So everything they tell you is wrong and old. So it's all modern wealth creation, 18 different modern wealth creation methods. It's $49 a month. And you can spend that $49 on anything you want. You don't have to join my school. You can go buy lunch if you want. So I'm competing against the entire world, right? You can invest that in anything. And people are still choosing my school. That shows it has a genuine value. At the point of this podcast where I checked this morning, we have 108,000 students. 108,000 students.
108,000 in Hustlers University?
Correct.
Whoa.
108,000 isn't impressive that I've amassed. It's impressive that I retain. There are 108,000 people in the world who have joined my school for $49 a month. And they say, I am getting more for my money or more value than I'm investing here. I'm either making more money back or I'm learning more than I would ever possibly learn for $49 anywhere else. So I, unlike traditional education, genuinely compete in the world. And I'm the only educational platform in the world that does this. There's no competition at all. And I do it because the people who join my school and listen actually make money. Now, I've been accused of a bunch of shit. There is an affiliate system. You can make money with affiliates. That is a system that does exist inside. That's one of the 18 ways. You don't have to just affiliate for HU. You can affiliate for Amazon products. We teach how to affiliate for fucking anything. So you can affiliate for a bunch of shit. But there's 17 other ways to make money, all inside of the school itself. So we are the #1 educational platform on the planet. And I will say this now. Anybody who's serious about making money should be inside, because $49 is not going to help you in any other way in your life. There's no crypto you're going to buy for $50 that's going to blow up. There's nothing else. For $50, you have fucking nothing to lose. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying it's going to be quick, but we'll teach you how to make money if you're ready to sit there and learn. So that's what HU is. So I've got the HU and the War Room, the two biggest things online. So between those, I'm doing okay.
When you say like they want to get the kids out of the schools, who do you think is like, that's like some heavy... Like, that's some heavy string pulling. Like, who do you think is behind that? Like, I know people just say it's the government, but but you know what I mean, though? To be that smart to say, all right, we're going to separate kids from their parents so we can take over the minds of the youth. That's like a very smart concept to think of. Do you know what I mean? Like, how does someone come up with that? Is that
you
like,
come up with it because it's natural human nature, right? Like, if you have
do you think that's like the government making those decisions?
It's way above the government.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, who do you think is they?
There are people who've been in charge of the world for quite a long time. And to keep it simple and to make sure this podcast stays up, the people who control the money are going to control the world. Because if you have money, you can influence people.
Yeah.
Right? So, and the governments, what do the governments need? Money. So they're a layer in the chain.
That's what I mean.
The governments are the illusion of choice.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who the fucking president is. It's bullshit. Right? So the true matrix, the people who truly control it, they want as much influence and power as possible. This is human nature. If you have a company, you're not going to hire employees who disagree with you and don't listen to you. You're going to want them to be as compliant as possible, just like you're going to want your woman to be as compliant as possible. It's who you are as a man, right? So if you're one of the most important, powerful billionaires on the planet, you're going to want as much power over the world as possible. You want people to be compliant. So you're going to look for that outside support structures and attempt to attack them. If you had a girlfriend and she's 100% and she listens to you, except she has this one friend who's always in her ear talking shit, you're going to say, don't be friends with her anymore. So if you're trying to teach the children X, but their parents are trying to teach them Y, you're going to say that we need them to spend less time around their parents. So how do we do that? We need the parents to be more busy, and we need them to go somewhere.
That's just like some crazy control shit, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. But that's what they've done.
Yeah.
It's on purpose. Like, it's very, very purposeful. It's all done on purpose. These people are not fucking stupid.
The average person doesn't understand that, like, that statement means that, like, there's people above us that are just trying to control us, right?
Oh, completely. There's people in charge above us trying to control us all. I mean, if the last 3 years haven't proved that, I don't know what's going to prove it to you. Like, there's definitely people who want to control us, because all of us, every man on earth, has an innate instinct for power and control. We're all human. We're not pure creatures. The reason you guys love doing this podcast is because you love being big and getting more followers and getting more influence. What is influence? It's power. It's control. It's what you want. It's what I want. It's what everyone wants. If you get to a certain level in life, that's what you want. Now, you're going to have power and influence over a whole bunch of people. You may believe, it's not even necessarily evil. You may believe that you're helping them. They don't understand the world. They're the little peasants. They're the ants. I'm the big billionaire. I'm going to teach them things they don't know they need to learn yet. Their mother is outdated. She's in their ear. We're going to separate them so I can help the kids. They may think they're doing it for a good reason, but what they're really doing is trying to propagate their own personal worldviews on other people. As we all do, as you do, as I do, etc. They just managed to have a lot more influence and more power to do it, right? So you talk about governments. The fuck is a government? Governments are bought and sold. That's all bullshit, right? But there's people in charge of the world who want us to listen when they talk. And they're going to do their very, very best to stop anybody or stop any kind of power or support structure which is going to prevent that. It's done on purpose. This is why they also try and ensure that the people of most nation states are infighting. This is why government and politics and everything is the biggest lie in the world. You have Democrats and Republicans arguing with each other all fucking day when they are two sides of the same coin. And the people in charge of all of it are laughing. Bro, if you had to fight 100 fucking right? You'd probably get through it, but it'd be a bit messy. The first thing you want to do is turn
100? Fuck.
Yeah, well,
100 what?
I take 100 cats easy.
Yeah.
Snap their necks like fucking Rambo. Point is, you'd want to turn all the white cats against the fucking yellow cats. First. Start civil war first. Let's get them uneasy. We don't working together on me now. Let's man. Well, you're Democrat, you're Republican. You're black, you're white, you're brown. You're gay, you're straight. You're a man, you're a woman. You're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. And everyone's going to sit there and fucking argue all day. And they're going to sit at the top laughing. There's more of us than there is of them. But they don't think that. They're very, very smart. It's divisive on
How do
purpose.
they get that smart?
It's because it's age old, bro. This shit's been around for
So
a
it's
very
just
long time.
families that have learned along
It's
the
not
way.
just families. It's just age old. If you look at how
But that's like really smart shit.
England
that's crazy.
look at how England conquered India. England conquered India with less than 100,000 troops. There was millions of Indians, and the supply line is 9 months long. How do you do it? You turn up. You turn one team against another team, one family against another family, one tribe against another tribe. Arm one side. They start winning. Oh shit! We need to take some power back. Arm the other side. Do. It's basic foreign policy. And it's internal policy. It's basic. It's how it's always been. And then before you know it, who runs India? The British. That's how you do it, right? It's how America does most of foreign policy today. It's how the world functions. You cannot have people
divide and
united.
conquer.
You can't have people united. If you have all the people inside your country united, they're not going to stand up for shit. I'm sorry, they're not going to stand for shit. They're going to stand up for shit.
Secretly, though, we are a lot aligned, but the media just thinks that we're not.
No, the media doesn't think.
The media makes us think.
convinces.
They convince
it wants
people that
you
we're
to
divided,
feel like
yeah.
you're not.
So they know.
They
It's
know,
like Don
man.
Lemon
The
and-
media is the machine. The media is the
crazy.
weapon that they use to
It's
propagate.
sad.
Yeah, it's sad. So all of this is very, very purposeful. The people in charge of the world do it on purpose. Of course it's done on purpose. But you're saying, like, why did they come up with these ideas, or how is it done? Because they wouldn't be
No,
able to
I
exist.
know why. It's just the how is like they're just geniuses. It's almost
Yeah,
scary.
it's like you
Like to
think
come
of
up to for people to sit in a room and say, "All right, now we're going to target the youth and we're going to implement the system to take away the youth from their parents."
Yeah.
Is like some scary smart
Bro,
shit.
they're doing
Like,
scarier shit than that.
I know.
Bro, that's nothing. They're doing much scarier shit than that.